Hey, what is happening everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today we're checking out and reviewing this Bomaker Dolphin 1, so without further ado, let's get right into it. So this is my first time reviewing a product from Bomaker, and so far I am kind of lost. Every review I read, wherever I go, whether it's Amazon.com or Amazon.ca or even YouTube, all the reviews are positive. As for me, their experience here wasn't as positive. Maybe I got a defective unit, or maybe I'm just that one exception where I just don't like these. It does have some really interesting design features, and I do like them. But with that said, let's just get into it. So overall, design-wise, these things look pretty good. They do fold, and they actually get pretty compact, and it comes included with this high-quality carrying case, as you would expect with headphones at this price point at this time. They got a really nice volume dial on the side here. They got active noise cancellation, and it's running Bluetooth 5.0. So what is the problem? Well, for me, it comes to the audio quality and the actual comfort. So let's talk about it. On the bottom here, we got the power button as well as the pairing button, a direct 3.5mm connection with an LED on top that tells you that this thing is on. It will flash every now and then. Next track and backtrack, which is pretty nice. Noise cancellation, you press that and it will turn on the green LED above the micro USB charging port. And lastly, of course, you got this pretty nice volume dial on the side. The ear pads, they look pretty good. They do feel pretty nice, and it does have a very thin sponge on the bottom here. That being said, you can definitely feel the bump here where the plastic is. And depth-wise, it's not very deep. As when it comes to the headband, as you can see here, it does look pretty okay. But of course, the padding here is very minimal, and as you can see, I can touch the metal part pretty quickly. There's equal padding all around here, so it's kind of thin on the top and the bottom. Now when it comes to the rail here, it's pretty simple, it works, and there's nothing to complain about. But of course, like I said, I had issues with comfort and the audio quality. Comfort-wise, I find these headphones to be really uncomfortable. The best way I could really describe it is grabbing a pair of headphones that you wore as a kid, but when you put those on like 8 years later, you'll find out that they don't feel comfortable at all. And your ears either don't fit, or they'll just be really uncomfortable where your ears will be touching the plastic on the bottom. And that really wouldn't be too much of an issue if the plastic here wasn't protruding too much. And yes, I have tested these with and without glasses, and they're not comfortable at all when it comes to glasses. There's too much pressure, the ear pads here are kind of too stiff, in combination with your ears touching the bottom here, it doesn't feel all that great. So depending on what kind of glasses you wear, my glasses here are kind of thick, these things aren't going to be all that comfortable. Now when it comes to the build quality, these things feel pretty okay. It's not the best, and it's definitely not the worst. And most likely, it's because of the design itself. It probably has nothing to do with the materials. First of all, of course, in the intro of this video, you guys have probably heard it, these things kind of squeak and crackle a whole lot out of the box. But over time, once you actually start using them and flexing them, which by the way, they are pretty flexible and they don't break whatsoever, and that's all thanks to the metal folding mechanism. It kind of keeps it from breaking, which is a common breaking point for foldable headphones. So yeah, they can handle a whole lot of flexing, and over time, the creaking should mitigate itself. That being said, what also gives a pretty cheap impression is these aluminum discs. The one on the side here is stable, it doesn't wiggle, but what does make it feel cheap is the bottom part of this disc. It's kind of too sharp, but not to the point where it'll actually cut you. But one thing for sure is that this dial right here, it kind of has some wiggles, so it kind of gives off a cheapish feeling. So with that being said, let's go in and finally talk about the audio quality when it comes to the microphone and the actual speakers. Now when it comes to the call quality in the microphone here, it sounds pretty great. It sounds pretty clean, overall not bad at all, and I can definitely recommend these for phone calls, which is pretty surprising. Now when it comes to the audio quality, it leaves a whole lot to be desired. After reading all those reviews on Amazon and seeing all the recent videos about these headphones, it seems like only one person on Amazon.com under the lowest rating ones will actually have a very similar opinion to mine. Yeah, audio quality is not great. If this was an equalizer, the bass would kind of be right over here, then the mids will be all the way here, and then the highs will be kind of here. So the mids sound pretty muddy, the bass is pretty okay, and the highs are kind of too hot. It doesn't sound very dynamic, it doesn't sound very clean, and it definitely doesn't sound very boomy because everything is just all over the place. It kind of feels like a big mush of audio. And I have tested these with and without the noise cancellation, and in both cases the experience was not great. It's kind of unfortunate, but that's just how it is. It's my opinion, that's the whole point of a review. That being said, when it comes to noise cancellation, it's the typical noise cancellation that you get in 2019. It's not as bad as the old Bluetooth headphones, but it's definitely not as good as the Taptronics, but it's pretty damn close. When you have the noise cancellation active, what it does is pretty much take the low frequency noise that it has in your environment and mostly replace it with another type of humming noise. The best way I can describe it is taking a seashell and putting it against your ear. Or just get 2 glasses of water and put them against your ears in a quiet room and you'll find out what it kind of sounds like. Speaking of the noise cancellation, these things are not very good at isolating noise because when you put them on, they don't actually make a pretty good seal. There is a very small gap when you put these against your ear, so there's that. Now being a Bluetooth 5.0 headphones, it has 2 benefits, which are no latency, which is good, and also there is no hiss in the background, which is also pretty good. And the last thing I can really talk about here is the actual voice prompts. The voice prompts here are extremely loud, or should I say any prompts at all. First of all, here's what it sounds like when I actually turn it on.
Power on. Connected.
Yeah, it's pretty loud. The voice prompts are always on max volume, and it just hurts your ear when you're listening to anything. Even if you have them off, you can still hear it pretty loudly. So if you're in a quiet room with someone else, then these things will be pretty annoying. What is even more annoying is when you're actually listening to something and you use the dial here, with it going up or down, it will have prompts that will constantly go off when you change the volume. And here's what it sounds like. Those beeps overpower whatever you're listening to, and it's very, very irritating. It's on the ear-piercing level. And other than that, that is pretty much it for this video. I was looking forward to a pretty exciting pair of headphones after reading all those reviews and videos, but it seems like I'm kind of left disappointed. $60 or 70 Canadian dollars, which is the common price point for a pretty great pair of headphones they can find on Amazon. Just not this one. These were sent out to me by Bomaker themselves, but unfortunately I did not like them, and I really tried everything to see if I can get the best audio quality, and it just didn't happen. So with that said, thank you all for watching, and thanks to Bomaker for sending this out for review. I will be sending them a list of things I would like to see fixed in a future revision. So with that being said, thank you all for watching, see you guys in the next one, and take care everyone.